Air Adventures of Biggles.
Biggles pays an early morning visit to the little group at the watching post. But there's been no sign of the black elephant yet. So, to their disgust, Bertie, Ginge, and Mishu are ordered to stay on the lookout for another night, while Biggles and Algy return to Latonga. In the meantime, Pat has flown Lieutenant Haynes to the Ethiopian base camp near the border. On an impulse, the young officer decides to put down and arrest the native leaders. As they walk across from their plane, there's an ominous quiet about the camp. Then a big native steps forward. He raises his hand, and there is a murderous burst of rifle fire.
Down, Miss Kendall. Keep down for Pete's sake.
This grass is no cover.
Then try and worm back to the plane. We can hide behind that.
All right. But we haven't much hope.
Miss Kendall. Pat. Pat, you're hit. Good grief. Can't leave you here. Take a risk and run for it. I'll carry it to the plane. Here we go. There. You lie there. You're covered now. I'll give these swine some of their own medicine.
They haven't made back at all, Biggles. I had a word with the sergeant.
They should have made it by this. I thought they'd be here at Latonga waiting for us.
How far away is the base camp?
Quite a distance. It's up by the Ethiopian border. But Haynes was only going to look round and then come straight back.
They may have put down for some reason.
I can't see why they'd willingly put down. But they may have been forced to land.
Well, it'd have to be by ground fire. There are no other kites up here.
Yes, it's ground fire that worries me. Ever since young Bruce Allen's moth was shot down, I've been expecting it to happen again.
It's very rare, Biggles. I mean, it'd be a fluke if these natives brought down 2 kites with rifle fire.
You've been flying long enough to know that flukes sometimes happen, Algy. We're going to check on that machine.
Suits me. Does the Mozzie need any juice?
Oh, she's carrying enough for this hop. I'd rather not waste any time. If Pat and Haynes are in trouble, we'll be needed.
Pat, take it easily. No need to talk until you feel like it.
Oh, my head.
I know. Poor old thing, you copped a nasty graze. It churned right across your forehead.
There's a bandage round my head.
Not exactly a bandage. It's part of my shirt. While you were unconscious, I bathed the wound with water from my bottle, then tied it up as best I could. Must be a pretty good doctor. That's what brought you round again.
Was I out to it very long?
I couldn't tell you. Seemed like hours, but it probably only more than about 20 minutes.
I remember now. We were trying to crawl back to the kite.
And you wriggled into a bullet. I managed to carry you back here.
Through that rifle fire?
Yes, they were rotten shots. Wouldn't be surprised if the bullet that hit you wasn't aimed at me.
Even so.
Oh, there was nothing to it. I dodged and weaved a bit and kept as low as I could. We made it easily enough.
You made it. And you saved my life. Thank you, Mr. Haynes.
Oh, rot. And look here, forget this Mr. Haynes nonsense, please. I've been calling you Pat ever since you passed out.
All right. What do I call you?
Jerry. I've been wanting you to call me Jerry ever since I first met you.
Jerry. That do?
Sounds wonderful. So wonderful it almost gives me the nerve to tell you how I felt from the first moment I saw it.
Oh, Jerry, you're leaving me horribly in suspense. I still don't know what happened after you carried me back here.
Oh, of course. I'm most frightfully sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Just tell me what happened.
Well, once I had you safely behind cover, I started blazing away at the natives with my pistol. I hit the big fellow who started the shooting and 1 or 2 of the others. That seemed to quieten them, but not until I'd run out.
Is there none left?
Not around. I don't think we'll need any, though. They've struck their camp and moved off. You can just see the last of them disappearing into the forest now.
I'll take your word for it. top of my head feels as though it's lifting off.
Oh, you poor kid. You lie there quietly until you feel a bit better.
No, we'll have to get back. Can't stay here, Jerry. Particularly if we're out of ammunition.
We haven't much option. I can't fly the plane.
I'll handle it.
You certainly will not. Not while you're in that condition, anyway.
I'm all right. I'll rest for another moment or two, and then you can help me into the cockpit.
Flatly and finally, Pat, no. That's a nasty wound as it is. I'm not going to make it any worse.
Jerry,
Quiet a minute. Pat? There's no need for you to fly the plane. That's the Mosquito coming.
Is it?
I think so. It's a plane anyway. When they come over, I'll wave them down. Holy mackerel.
What is it, Jerry?
There's not only the plane coming, the Ethiopians are moving back.
I thought they'd struck camp and escaped into the forest.
They did. But they must have reorganized themselves and sent a fighting party back to wipe us out. They'll reach us before the Mosquito puts down.
Then I'll have to fly the plane. Help me up, Jerry.
No, Pat,
I must. We aren't going to wait here to be shot. Help me. Help me into the cockpit.
Oh, well, I suppose so. Gently now. There. Now, steady on your feet until I help you to the machine.
Jerry, my head is swinging round. Jerry.
Pat! Good grief. She's fainted.
There's the Proctor, Biggles, but it's not by any camp.
Well, that's peculiar. I'll swear that's where we saw the camp before.
Perhaps they heard Bronno was captured and bolted.
That news couldn't have reached here yet. We haven't native drums or anything. Suffering cats! There are natives down there.
By jingo, yes. Coming across from the forest.
Running across. They're heading for the Proctor.
And they'll reach it. We'll never get down in time to stop them.
We shan't worry about putting down. We'll stop them from the air.
Don't waste time, Biggles. They're almost to the Proctor. They're shooting at it now.
And we're almost to them. Let's see how they like being shot up.
They're scattering.
They can scatter faster than that.
That did it.
Anyone left?
No, they're running like mad for the forest. Those that can still run. But there's someone by the Proctor. It's Haynes. He's beckoning us down.
What about Pat?
I can't see her anywhere. Put down and we'll find out what's happened.
The poor kid passed out again when she was trying to climb into the cockpit. She's in a pretty bad way.
You lifted her into the kite so that she'd be clear of the natives, did you?
The best cover I could give her. I had no ammunition left. I was prepared to make a fight with my bare hands. I hoped I might keep him away from Pat until you landed.
That would have taken some nerve.
They weren't going to get Pat. Not while I was still alive.
I don't like the look of her. She's a bad color. I'll carry her across to the Mozzie and fly her back to Latonga as quickly as possible. We'll be able to give the wound better treatment there. You follow with the Proctor, Algy.
Roger. I think it might be hospital treatment she needs. Why not fly her on to Kampala or up to Juba in the Sudan?
Because we're at the climax of a job. We came to Africa to wipe out the Black Elephants gang. Within 24 hours, I expect to have the opportunity to do it. When the moment comes, we'll need every available man and both machines. Pat'll understand if we delay her for another day.
Bertie! Michu! Wake up, quickly! Wake up! Now, don't put on an act, you ass. Wake up! Come on, or I'll empty my hot water bottle over you.
All right. Ulysses, you're awake. No need for the rough stuff. Now, what's all the jolly old pother?
What? That! Did you hear it?
Sizzling sausages. That was cattle.
Yes, cattle, and with them the Black Elephant's gang. We've caught up with Seta Zulu at last.
The three watchers, now wide awake, strain to hear what's going on in the darkness. Will they be able to warn Biggles of Seta Zulu's arrival? How will the white men overpower the native raiders? Don't miss the next dramatic episode of The Air Adventures of Biggles.